Celebrated rock and roll journalist Joel Selvin will tell the story of the Rolling Stones' 1969 Altamont Speedway concert at an upcoming reception. Joining us now is the president of Meet Me St. Louis, Marcia Evers-Levy. Marcia, thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So Meet Me St. Louis it's a wonderful group. You guys do a lot of great things, mainly at Ballpark Village. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and some of the speaker series that you're bringing to town?
Absolutely. We actually have done a number of events at Ballpark Village, but we also take them around the city. We bring authors and artists into St. Louis to talk about their recently released books. We did do Bob Gibson there in the fall at Ballpark Village with his new book. And now we're coming back to be at Howl at the Moon at Ballpark Village with Joel Selvin. His new book is Altamont, The Rolling Stones, The Hells Angels, an inside story of rock's darkest day. And we're going to have live music. The musicians at Howl at the Moon are going to recreate. They have the set lists from the Altamont concert, what the Santana played, what Jefferson Airplane played, what the Stones played, what the Dead would have played if they had played. And it's going to be a rockin' evening. There's a reception that starts the evening that people can come to. It's free food and drink. There's door prizes, there's dancing. And if you just want to come and hear Joel Selvin tell the story and listen to the music, you can also do that.
Well, Joel has to be probably one of the most credible people to write this book. He was in San Francisco as a writer, I guess a music critic, for like 30 years. And the Altamont concert was kind of supposed to be like the West Coast Woodstock. You know, Woodstock was the Love Festival, and then all of a sudden they tried another one. Some of the same producers were involved, but that concert was like in the Altamont Speedway near San Francisco and Oakland. So, you know, Joel has got to be one of the most best individuals to write this book.
Definitely knowledgeable. The book just came out yesterday. Already has starred reviews all over the place. Critically acclaimed. Joel, as you mentioned, was a journalist for the San Francisco Chronicle for 30 years, also wrote for Rolling Stone and Variety. He went behind the scenes to everyone. He talked to the musicians. He talked to the Hells Angels, who were the security, paid with alcohol at Altamont, which caused some of the problems, but there were also other problems there. So you're absolutely correct. Woodstock was the peace and love concert, and Altamont just went terribly wrong.
You know, with some of the research I did and just watching some clips of the Altamont and watching the movie Gimme Shelter, I realized that the Rolling Stones were putting together a documentary, and they had cameras everywhere. And they actually have on tape a murder that took place there by the Hells Angels. I think it was Meredith Hunter was the guy's name. He was an 18-year-old, and apparently he was getting harassed by the Hells Angels, who were harassing everybody. It was a terrible situation. I mean, it's pretty graphic when you see it because you actually see him brandishing a gun. Hunter had a gun, and then the next thing you know, he was taken down, and he was stabbed like 5 times and beaten to death. That put a black eye on everything. I mean, during that, you could see Mick Jagger stop in the middle of the song Under My Thumb and says, will you guys stop this? Please stop hitting everybody. Just could you imagine what that was like at the very end of December of 1969, in December of 69?
It's totally crazy. You know, having just been at Paul McCartney's concert this weekend at Busch Stadium, and you see the security there, you see the size and the height of the stage. The Altamont stage was 3 feet off the ground. The audience was literally right in front of the stage with a string holding them back. There was no other security other than the Hells Angels, who had pool cues that they were beating people back with, and they, as I said, got paid in beer and alcohol. So as the afternoon went into the evening, they got a little bit more under the influence, shall we say. And so did the crowd, because the crowd there was a lot of drugs going through the crowd. I understand from Joel's book, there were some births happening during the concert. There were also some other deaths in the concert. Someone got drowned in one of the cul-de-sacs there where there was some water. It was just a very sad end to the 1960s.
And we're going to pick that up in just a moment. We'll have more with Meet Me St. Louis after this. Stay with us.